social media. Always. No matter what you do, there will always be something better. So do not let social media be a gauge for you. Let yourself be a gauge for you. Be a gauge for you. So ask yourself, how good was I yesterday? I can be better. And in you saying you can be better, you're not pushing yourself more than is necessary. You're taking it a step at a time. A step at a time. Life is a marathon. It's really not a sprint. So decide to take this adulthood process a step at a time. And if you do so, you realize that life is not the adulting life is really not as hard as it seems. Okay, so for example, you want to learn a new language. Learn it one word at a time. It really does not matter whether your friend now speaks 7 languages. Take yours one at a time. You might say, okay, for today, for each day I learn 5 sentences and I master those 5 sentences for each day. And you as you continue to do that, you get good in that language and you move on to the next one. So a step at a time. You are not in competition with anybody at all, right? Also, if you realize that you are not in competition with anybody, you will find it easy to be happy for your friends if they are doing better than you. I had to pause to let that sink in. If you realize that your life is not a competition and you are not in competition with anybody, you will find it very easy to be happy for your friends if they are doing better than you. So if you have friends that are doing better than you, and this is something that even I myself, it took a while for me to learn this. It took a while, I say this openly, it took a while for me to learn to be happy for people doing better than me. There will always be someone doing better than you, actually. That's just the simple truth, always. So if I have also come to learn this, I've learned now that when you realize that you're not in competition with anybody, you will find it easy to be happy for your friends doing better than you. The reason is because everybody's time will come. Everybody's time will come. Whether your time will come is a certainty, but whether you would seize your time when it comes is not a certainty. So the point is, everybody's time will come, but whether you will seize that time when it comes is up to you. Now, I must also mention that the fact that your time will come does not mean that when your time comes, you will necessarily be better than your friend who was better than you before your time came. I say that again. For example, let's say, for example, I have a friend now who is doing better than I am, has more things than I am, material things that I have and all that, and he's doing way better than I am at work, makes more money, for example, and all that. And I tell myself, oh, well, I'm happy for my friend. My time will come. It does not mean that when my time comes and I am making money, I will necessarily be making more money than my friend, and my friend will not be making any money again. It does not mean that my friend will now be poor and I'll now be rich, so my time has come. That's not what it means. That's a self-centered mentality. The fact that your time will come does not mean that the person beside you's time has stopped. Let me just put it that way. Yes, so be happy for your friends if they are doing better than you. If my friend has gotten a car, wonderful. I'm really happy for you. We even drive the car together. We enter the car together. If my friend has gotten an apartment, perfect. I will go and see you in your apartment, pray for you in the apartment. We dedicate it to the Lord together. If your friend is getting married, even wonderful. We go for the wedding, we celebrate you, we get you a gift. Nigerians, they don't get gifts for people's wedding. So we get you a gift, we celebrate with you. Do not be angry or hurt with people doing better than you. It is bound to happen. Right. So with that, I will take another break and we'll come back. When we come back, we'll round off on the things that we should do or we can do in dealing with adulthood pressures. We'll be right back. Right, we are back, and once again, I am Eustace. We are still on Assorted with Eustace on AFAC Online Radio. This is AFAC Online Radio. You can follow us on Instagram on AFAC Online Radio. Once again, AFAC is HAFAK Online Radio. Right, today we were discussing on dealing with adulthood pressures, and the last thing we spoke about was realizing that life is not a competition and knowing that it is easy, it is okay for you to be happy with your friends who are doing better than you, because it's bound to happen. Someone will always do better than you. That's really bound to happen. Yes, so it's okay to be happy for them. Now, another thing that you can do in dealing with adulthood pressures is check in with people, check in with your friends and your close friends and your family, check in with them often. I realized over this lockdown period that one thing that's being alone prevents you from doing is it prevents you from connecting with people. It prevents you from connecting, and by connecting, I mean connecting, really. Like, most of us realized the need to connect with people during this lockdown period because we could not see people. So we had to find ways to connect with people, whether with family, friends, or our family members or close friends. Connection was a prime feature for me during this. I speak personally now. For me during this lockdown period, and by connection, I mean I do not mean sending text messages or sending a message on social media. You could do that if that works for you. But what I mean by connection is really connecting. Go the extra mile. Call that person. Do a video call. Look out for the person. Try to check on the person to see if the person is really doing well, because people are going through a lot. People, especially during this lockdown period, a lot of people went through a lot dealing with the lockdown and dealing with the pressures that came around. I mean, during that lockdown period, you may have been just on your own. You were seeing things that people were doing in that lockdown period. Maybe people were doing things that they've always wanted to do. Maybe someone wrote a book, or someone learned a new language, or someone did this, and you are just at home wondering what is going on with life. I mean, you're not even too eager to have your bath, and someone is somewhere writing a book, and you're not making any good in this life. It's okay to back up, take a step back, breathe, and check up on people. Take a step back, breathe, realize that this life, it is you and you alone. You are not in a competition with anyone, and take your steps one by one. Yeah, so check up on close friends. That's another way to deal with adulthood pressures. When you're really pressured, you're really stressed up, it's okay to just call someone, talk to someone, have someone you can always talk to on every issue. It may not be one person that you can always talk to on every issue, but have like I said before, a wide range of friends that you can relate with. Even if not friends, you can have family members or family friends that you can relate with, you can connect to on every issue when you're particularly feeling pressured. Yes, another thing you can do in dealing with adulthood pressures is realize that it's okay to be criticized. Really, realize that it is okay to be criticized. And I say that consciously because I know that you may wonder, are people supposed to criticize me? The truth is not everybody will like you. Nobody can ever be liked by everybody. That's just the simple truth. But as long as you know within yourself, you confirm that what you are doing is right, realize that it is okay to be criticized. So when people start criticizing you, don't allow it to pressure you into doing things you would otherwise not have done. Remember that the focus of what we're talking about here is dealing with adulthood pressures. So if you begin to be criticized, as long as you realize, you confirm, you realize first, and then you confirm again that what you are doing is right. Not that you just feel like, I don't care, or anybody that is talking, that's their business. All of them should go and die, everybody should go and die. It's just me, I don't care. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is realize that, confirm first, realize that what you are doing is right. Confirm again that what you are doing is right. But once you've done that, then know that it's okay to be criticized. Nobody can be loved by everybody. Right. Now, finally, another thing that you should do or you can do to deal with adulthood pressures is make time for yourself. Really, I really cannot say this in louder tones. Make time for yourself. There are various ways you can make time for yourself. It's all about finding what works best for you. I mean, you could do yoga, you could meditate, you could pray, you could run, you could lift weights, you could exercise, you could anything, you could play games, you could sleep. It's really okay to sleep. Actually, I mean, sleep could be your way of making time for yourself, and it is completely fine. It is the key point here is what works best for you. If eating is what works best for you in making time for yourself, fine, it's your deal. I mean, not everybody must do fit fam. So if that is your deal, fine. If exercising is your deal, fine. If playing games is your deal, fine. If praying is your deal, okay. So, but the point here is make time for you. And this time is the you time. This time is the you time. It helps you to really just burn the stress out. If listening to music is what you do to make time out for yourself, find that time out. The world is a very loud place, really. The world is a very, very loud place. So once in a while, everybody needs that time out to just keep calm, just to be themselves, just to be with themselves. So the point is, as long as it is you alone that is doing that, it's okay. If you're sleeping, doesn't matter. Now, making time out for yourself may not be you going on social media. You may want to say that that's the way you make time for yourself, but let me point out why this may not be. Because doing that may not be time for yourself now. That may now be you making time for yourself and other people. There is a time for that. I'm not saying that is wrong. There's a time for social media. There's a time. I already mentioned earlier that you should try to connect with people, reach out to people, check up on them. I've said that. So doing that on social media is fine. But there will also be times when you need to make time out for yourself, and going on social media is not the way to do that, or may not be the best way to do that. So sleep if it's okay for you. Eat if it's okay for you. Play games if it is okay for you. Pray if it is okay for you. Go running. Do exercise. Lift weights. Go do yoga. Anything that works for you is fine, as long as it gives you the opportunity to decompress and relax. Right. So with that brings us to the end of today's show on dealing with adult pressures. I really hope you've had a wonderful time. I have had a really, really good time being with us again this evening, and I have really missed every one of us. I have really, really missed us. I really hope I wish I could continue with us here this evening, but everything that has a beginning really must have an end. But anyways, I really look forward to when next we can have again. Next 2 weeks Sunday, we'll be back here again to discuss on another topic on Assorted with Eustace. Once again, I am on Instagram on Eustace Gomez. Eustace is EUSTACE Gomez. That's GOMEZ. Gomez, Eustace Gomez. You can send me a message on Instagram if you want me to discuss a topic on Assorted with Eustace. If you want me to discuss on the topic, you can send me suggestions and would discuss on your suggestions. I will also mention that this was suggested by so person. Or if you know me personally, you can send me a message on WhatsApp and make your suggestions on what you would like me to discuss about on this show, and of course would listen to you. Right. And also, you do not forget to follow us on HAFAC Online Radio. HAFAC Online Radio. Alright, so that brings us to the end of today's show. I really look forward to seeing us again next time, same 6 p.m. 2 weeks from now on the Assorted Show. Have a wonderful night. A show to be different, discussing a variety of topics in line with the people's choice. This is